Live from the studios of TV3, this is News 360. My name is Martin Asiedu Date.
I am Portia Gabo. Coming up with the headlines.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Tonight, Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yeboah-Dame deems consistent commentary on Asin North MP James Gyekye Quayson's criminal trial unhealthy.
Also tonight, former Trades and Industry Minister Alan Kyerematen, after going through party's vetting, declines to comment on interruption of his address on arrival by Vice President during a Asin North campaign rally.
Later in business, the Association of Ghana Industries calls for lasting solution to the challenges between the Independent Power Producers and the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG.
On the international front, we bring you an update of Gambia's cough syrup scandal as 19 parents seek $4.7 million in damages. We have details of these stories and many more coming up shortly. We are also live on DSTV channel 279 as well as on Facebook and on Twitter. It's TV3 Ghana.
All right, let's settle for the details now. We are starting from the courts because a lot of you have been commenting on recent conversations about James Gyekye Quayson. So the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yeboah-Dame has described consistent commentary in the ongoing trial of Asin North MP James Gyekye Quayson as unhealthy. He argues that the high-ranking individuals commenting on the ongoing case could impact the trial and undermine justice administration. James Gyekye Quayson is facing a perjury trial at the High Court in Accra.
James Gyekye Quayson has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of deceit of a public officer, forgery of passports or travel certificates, false statutory declaration, perjury, and false declaration for office. Prior to the 2020 parliamentary election, Quayson applied to renounce his Canadian citizenship but did not receive the certificate. Per the Supreme Court's interpretation of the 1992 Constitution, since Quayson had not received his renunciation certificate, he was still a Canadian citizen at the time he filed with the Electoral Commission to contest the 2020 election, and so he was therefore not qualified. The 2020 parliamentary election results at Asin North was therefore annulled and the seats declared vacant. He has since won a by-election and is now set to be sworn in as Member of Parliament for Asin North. However, the charges of forgery and perjury in relation to certain alleged offences in the run-up to the 2020 Asin North parliamentary election are still pending. Lawyers for Gyekye Quayson had cited the Attorney General of making prejudicial comments, a situation they stress emboldened President Akufo-Addo to make similar remarks during the Asin North by-election. Other prominent individuals, including former President Mahama.
The president is wrong if he said that, because he's prejudicing the case in court. Because the Constitution is clear. It says to be eligible to be an MP, you should not owe allegiance. And it's at the point of election that kicks in, not when you're filling ordinary forms.
And Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, also commented on Gyekye Quayson's criminal trial.
He has elected a fresh MP, and I have to go and swear him in to start his work. In spite of the fact that the same thing I complain about is still happening. They are chasing after him and trying to prosecute him, even though we know that even in that respect that they are talking about, there are many more of us who have the same thing, but they are not being prosecuted. That is the country we are in, and we need to bring this out. Once we have selective justice.
As the case unfolds, there have been calls for the Attorney General to discontinue the trial in its entirety, with the latest by the Domahene Osadeyo Ajimambedu II, who is also a High Court judge.
57.56 as a matter of urgency,
I'm appealing to the President of the Republic. If he has any role to play, that trial should be aborted. The Attorney General should, as a matter of urgency, file a nolle prosequi to end that particular decision.
In the advent of these happenings, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, has described such comments as one that could undermine the administration of justice.
I'm not going to comment on it right now. I'll come up with a proper statement on the matter, and it will be in respect of all comments generally which have the tendency to subvert the administration of justice. I think that is very unhealthy for our democratic dispensation, and therefore we must not countenance it.
Lawyers of Gyakye Quayson have filed an appeal against the ruling of an Accra High Court, which held that his criminal case will be heard on a daily basis from July 4. In court on Thursday, June 29, presiding Judge Mary Yanzo adjourned the hearing for lawyers of the Asin North MP-elect to properly serve a motion to halt proceedings till the outcome at the Court of Appeal. Lode Rasari, TV3 News, Accra.
All right, joining us on the phone line now is Bobby Banson, a private legal practitioner, to further interrogate this conversation about whether or not the comments that have been made by high-profile individuals could have a bearing on the current case. Mr. Banson, good evening. Thank you for your time.
Good evening, Martin. Long time no see.
Yes. We'll catch up soon. The Attorney General says that high-profile individuals commenting on the criminal trial is not healthy for our judicial system. How are these comments affecting the ongoing trial? That is, if you agree with what the AG is saying.
Well, it's not uncommon for high-ranking personalities in the society, other traditional authorities, people in academia, politicians, and people who society deemed to carry some stature to comment on matters that affect the society, including court cases, particularly when there are political stakes involved or the trial involves persons with known political affiliations. So it's not uncommon and it's not discouraged. It's not as if people are not supposed to speak about these things. I don't think that is what the Attorney General intended, or that is what he ought to have said in that context. Because in our society, people are at liberty to speak about such matters. However, I have also followed some of the comments, and I have held the opinion, or I have formed the opinion that, you see, either side of the political divide, both MPP and NDC, this particular case and the commentary that comes with it should remind us of the institutions that we are setting up for ourselves as a country. We say we want to build institutions, not personalities. And so the Attorney General has decided, and we gave him that absolute discretion, that the provisions of our 1992 Constitution, to prosecute persons in the name of the Republic, or not to prosecute persons in the name of the Republic. That is what our Constitution says as a date. So if the Attorney General has decided to prosecute Mr. Gyakye Quayson for an allegation or on an allegation or for a charge of perjury, I do not think that it is right that calls are being made for him to enter nolle prosequi solely because the man has been elected as a member of parliament. That is where my problem is. Because that would mean that we are beginning to form a society or admit a society where the law would be applied or not applied depending on your stature. Otherwise, what it could also mean that if somebody is standing a trial for causing financial loss to the state, until he is convicted, he is innocent. So the moment he stands for an election and he wins, and it is the other political party that is in power, it means that the trial should be discontinued. That may be the threshold that we may be creating for ourselves as in a country, and it stands to be abused because we do not want that precedent. I am of the opinion that the charge against Mr. Quayson is perjury. I have heard very sound legal arguments from his lawyers, very, very sound, and I'm hoping that they would have their day in court, advance these legal arguments, so the courts would find him not guilty. If the court does not find him guilty, what it means is that he's been acquitted and discharged forever. His record is clean. But if we ask the Attorney General to enter nolle prosequi, it means that anybody, anytime, any day can come up and bring that charge again. Because a crime has no expiration date, as we say. So why don't we allow the thing to go its course? If he has a defense and the court does not find favor in his defense, he's acquitted and discharged. Right. There's no longer any charge hanging on his head that somebody can bring it up 10 years later. So if it's allowed to go down and tomorrow he's elected a flag bearer of NDC 10 years from now, somebody can bring up that charge against him if that person has the constitutional power to do so. And what would we say? Right. So I do not support the call for the Attorney General to discontinue the trial by entering only prosecution, because the reason that is being advanced solely because he's been elected a member of parliament, I think it's an emotional response or a very highly political analysis of the situation. But purely from the legal perspective, we will be setting a standard that will be very difficult to replicate and will be abused by the very politicians that we say that may be the cause of some of these things.
If it were regular Ghanaians who had commented or passed some of these comments, would it have, gained as much traction as it has compared to what the President of the Republic, being a lawyer himself, said, and what the Domahene, who himself is also a judge, said? Is it because of their position that it seemed to have gathered this kind of attention or gathered this kind of, national discourse?
I definitely that will be the case, because I'm sure that, Martin, in your private discussions, myself, I've also had my own view of it in my own private discussions. But I mean, we don't have that weight, or we don't have that gravitas to be able to make it to that national platform. So, the Attorney General said he's going to release a statement on the persons that have passed comments on these things. I'm expecting that statement not to be one-sided, because it is not only the Domahene or those that are calling for the discontinuance of the trial that has made public statement. The President has also made a statement that was very, very volatile. And so I'm expecting the Attorney General's his statement, to also touch on what the President said. Because the President said that we don't vote for somebody who will end up in jail. And that is also a prejudicial comment. Right. It should be treated in the same vein as those that are saying the Attorney General should discontinue or should file the nolle prosequi. So I expect the statement by the Attorney General. Remember, he's the Attorney General. That is supposed to be an apolitical office, separate from the Minister of Justice. So if he's the first protector or defender of justice as we have, or for lack of a better word, then his statement should touch on what the President said and what the Domahene and those that follow the Domahene's line of thinking have also said. Then we will see that he is actually holding the scale, the balance of justice.
All right, we all await that press statement from the Attorney General. Thank you very much, Counsel, for your time. As always, Bobby Bunsen, private legal practitioner there.
And barring any glitches, James Gyekye Quayson will be sworn in tomorrow, July 4, as new Member of Parliament for Assin North. His return would, however, be the second time he's been sworn in Parliament after his initial election was annulled by the Supreme Court. Eric Mawina Edbeta reports.
He has been responsible for what experts have described as the most crucial by-election in the country's recent history. James Gyekye Quayson became the subject of debate and controversy following the May 17 ruling by the Supreme Court, which declared the processes to his election in 2020 as null and void. It brought to an end a near 3-year litigation process while kicking start an intensive campaign which saw the two leading parties bring all their arsenals to battle. It was as intense as it was fierce, with pot shots and counter-responses.
The President is wrong if he said that, because he's prejudicing the case in court. Innocent until proven guilty. He's not been proven guilty.
Constituents of Assin North, meanwhile, delivered their verdict with an overwhelming majority for James Gyekye Quayson.
I hereby declare Honorable James Gyakye Quayson as the Member of Parliament-elect for the Assin North constituency.
With the House preparing to swear him in with an invitation to the general public, the controversy over the person, James Gyakye Quayson, appear far from over, with the Attorney General hitting back at persons calling for a discontinuation of the criminal case brought against him.
I'm not going to comment on it right now. I'll come up with a proper statement on the matter, and it will be in respect of all comments generally which have the tendency to subvert the administration of justice. I think that is very unhealthy for our democratic dispensation, and therefore we must not countenance him.
It does seem James Gyakye Quayson, even before his swearing in, would have to be in court for his application at the appeals court seeking to overturn the daily hearing of his criminal trial.
Let's now focus on the NPP flag bearer race, a breach in protocol or a deliberate attempt to disrupt the address of NPP flag bearer hopeful Alan Kyerematen at a rally in Assin North constituency has been alleged. Vice President Dr. Bawumia, another flag bearer hopeful, was also ushered in during the event. The former Trade and Industry Minister declined to comment after going through the party's vetting process.
It's the end of the first day, but the beginning of a rigorous process to reduce the number of aspirants of the NPP flag bearership position from 10 to a maximum of 5. The first day of the vetting of flag bearer hopefuls of the NPP saw 3 stalwarts of the party appear before the vetting committee, which is chaired by the former Speaker of Parliament, Aaron Mike Okwei. The first was the former Trade and Industry Minister, Alan Kyerematen, who spent close to 2 hours here at the party's election and campaign office at Kokomlemle.
I've just had the opportunity of going through the vetting process for presidential aspirants for our party, and I had a good interaction with the committee. I mean, it's all about making sure that we work together as a party in our march towards victory 2024.
Beyond that was the former Trade and Industry Minister's decline to answer questions on what many believe was Vice President Dr. Bawumia gate-crashing his address at the Assin North constituency. Presidential candidate hopeful on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, Kennedy Agyapong, as well as other party officials, allege Dr. Bawumia and his team intentionally gate-crashed Alan's speech at the party's Assin North rally.
Vice President
the Vice President was made to wait till Alan Kyerematen started addressing the gathering. Then he was ushered in through the front to distract his flow. Alan was then prompted to stop talking.
What an impudent, small boy.
Alan Kyerematen, however, declined comment.
I've not heard from you on the Assin North incident. Can you get a quick reaction on that?
Thank you. Hold it.
Meanwhile, the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, earlier while addressing the party delegates on the final day of his Greater Accra tour, called for a clean campaign devoid of acrimony.
A clean election. We are one family. Let's all stay united. When the contest is over, we will come back together as one family.
Just as the former Trade and Industry Minister Alan Kyerematen exited the building after he was through with his vetting, arrived the energy expert Kojo Nsafo-Apoku, who also took his turn to face the committee.
Everything went well. The conversation was smooth. I answered all the questions they asked in the best of my ability. When you finish speaking and people are able to clap for you, then it means they are impressed with what you said, you have told them. And after the end, I got a clapping.
About 10 minutes after 2 p.m. was when the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Bawumia, arrived to take his turn to face the vetting committee. The Vice President, who arrived this time not in a bus, had his arrival preceded with the blocking of the Susubibri Street here at Kokomlemle. Well, 3 down, 7 more to go in this exercise that is ending on the 6th of July. Noble Crosby Annan, NPP election and campaign office, Kokomimle, Accra.
Away from politics, let's do education now. The Ghana National Association of Teachers has called on Deputy Minister of Education, Gifty Chum Ampofo, to retract her accusations against teachers. The Deputy Education Minister has blamed Ghana's economic woes on teachers.
The Deputy Education Minister, Gifty Chum Ampofo, recounted the gross tertiary enrollment, which has been woefully inadequate. She said countries with high gross tertiary ratio have improved in the education sector, which has impacted positively on the economy.
Economy is not doing well, and it's not the finance minister, it's not the economy, but it is the teacher. Because the performance of the economy depends on the country's gross tertiary enrollment ratio. Countries who have theirs 40% and above, their GDP is fantastic. And those of us who have it lower, the economy is struggling.
However, the General Secretary of Finance, Thomas Musatanko, disagrees.
You have the statistics. Whether capitation grant has been paid or not, you know. You know the difficulties that we are being confronted with, feeding and all those things. So you don't do a U-turn and go and say that, blame the ministry where you are coming from. That is what you are saying. You are blaming the ministry where you are supposed to help manage. You are saying that the ministry, then why are you there? You are blaming the very ministry where you are supposed to help improve the lot of the people. You are blaming the people, and you have turned back and you are praising another ministry. So you are telling us that your ministry is responsible for the failure of all the economic woes, all the economic challenges we are in.
The National Labour Commission has urged organised labour to suspend its intended strike and appear before it on Tuesday. Organised labour has served notice to withdraw services on July 10, demanding the reinstatement of 3 union leaders by management of Sunon Asogli. Daniel Opoku has more.
To start the strike, and that stands. So we have said in the letter, in the notice to National Labour Commission, we copied all the unions that are part of organised labour, that the directive is that organised labour leaders are saying that on the 10th of July, we are starting a nationwide strike involving all workers who are part of organised labour. So that stands. In the meantime, the National Labour Commission has called us, so tomorrow we'll go and hear them.
Has Togbe Apeda spoken to you?
I don't want to focus on individuals in this, but the truth of the matter is that a number of stakeholders are involved in this. As soon as we issued the statement on the strike for 10th, as you expect, all those who care about this country, especially government, I will not mention names, but I can tell you that a number of people who care about this country have come, and they want to see how they can work with us and management to get our guys back.
He indicated that organised labour cannot be intimidated over its intended strike. We sought to find out whether it has confidence in the NLC or also other stakeholders in resolving the matter.
Are you convinced by their commitment?
Oh, I have not accepted their commitment. The thing is that these are important people, individuals and institutions that want peace in Ghana, and they are trying to see how they can work with us and management to, instead of using strike action, judge and make sure we get what we want, they also get what we want. And I have always said that there is always room for dialogue. We are trade unionists, and the reason we gave a good notice is for us to be able to dialogue. They know our demand. There is no justification for sacking these 3 guys. So if 3 guys are brought back to work today, there is no need for strike.
Let's go to the Ashanti region now. And on Sunday, there was a heavy downpour which damaged a number of homes at Seweba. Some residents claim to have lost valuables, including livestock. They have also attributed the degree of disaster to poor drainage. Here's a report by William Evans Inkum.
At Seweba in the Asukwarimampo municipality of the Ashanti region, residents have lamented the impact of last night's rains.
The flood has carried many of our animals away.
We had to break the roofing to keep the safe on a higher ground. The adults, on the other hand, are able to stand in the water.
In the home of Sulemana Azuma, the story was not different. He noted his family are forced to seek refuge in a nearby mosque whenever it rains in the area.
All our
rooms get flooded when it rains. We sometimes go to a mosque nearby to seek refuge.
Residents have attributed their plight to the only bridge linking the community to the Asukwarimampo municipal. According to residents, the bridge has claimed more lives and continue to serve as a death trap to many. The floodwaters have broken the bridge and eaten into parts of the road, leaving motorists and pedestrians to struggle for the remaining portion of the road. Residents say they are living in fear as the rainy season has set in and called on authorities to come to their aid.
2 cars drove last year and carried away a woman and her child. No one came to our aid. This is the road that leads to the next town.
You're still watching News 360 live from the News Hub here at Adesa Wikanda. We have business news coming up shortly. Don't go away.
Gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema be ma dani oba
ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma abo sumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Pamon tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwem na ehwam.
Having insecticide spray ehwam na sanso kum mo a wotu ene omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa warrior, nothing just here with tree.
Having black mosquito que, impong isi bebre, and say what so. A sham kama, bueno, emubu, the jumo size no, but you don't shred, do me no.
And a heaven spray, having naphthalene balls, ni perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa mutu, now our numb from nothing just shawechi.
Heaven dear, bakope, heaven dear, heaven dear, bakope, heaven dear, bakope.
FDA aji edrede kratoyatum.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
The sweet scent of rose in the morning brings me so much joy. Inspired by damask rose and infused with 100% natural rose oil. Introducing new Clay Soft Perfume Beads Washing Powder. It's like bringing a garden with you everywhere with this wonderful perfume. Take a garden with you everywhere you go with Clay Soft Perfume Beads Washing Powder.
Who don't like chop money? Day One Chop Money is here! Collect your chop money every morning at 8:30 a.m. by simply dialing *446# and select option 2 to play Day One 539 Chop Money. Win 40 times your stake with Direct 2, 400 times your stake with Direct 3, and 20 times your stake with Direct 1. You can also pay your numbers to win big. You only pick your numbers from 1 to 39, so winning is easy. Win every day with Day One 539 Direct, the only lottery that offers you the best chances of winning. Collect your chop money every morning into your mobile wallet. Dial *446# to play Day One 539 Chop Money now. Dewa,
Extra work, I dare for you. Extra work deserves extra taste.
Tasty dear.
Plus, we've added extra crackers in each bag. Royal King Cracker, take choke your hunger.
This advert is FDA approved.
You have 10 voice messages.
Kofi George, it's your father. I've called several times. My medicine is finished.
Kofi, it's your mother again. Pick my calls, why?
Life is good for you today, but tomorrow may be different.
I was told to contribute to the SNIT scheme, but I refused. Now, I depend on my children for my needs. It may be late for me now, but you can choose a better path.
Do not end up like Kofi George's parents, always depending on your children to care for you. No matter the work you do, register and sign up for Seed from SNIT for old age pension, invalidity pension, and survivor's lump sum benefit for your dependents. Take control of your future. Ayodachio, Fano Personal. Contact SNIT for more inquiries. SNIT. We deliver on our promise. T's and C's apply.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
It's now time for the latest in the world of business with a new face, Martin.
Yes, and that's Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hi there. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What do you have for us?
Well, let's go straight into it. And the director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISER, Professor Peter Quartey, says the Ghanaian economy may record modest growth in the second quarter of 2023. According to the economist, although the general macroeconomic indicators have not been favorable within the period, the services sector will most likely record the highest growth.
Looking at the general macroeconomic environment and looking at some of the new taxes that were introduced, utility price increases, we would expect to record some growth, maybe slightly above the first quarter or just about what we recorded in the first quarter of 2023.
According to Professor Peter Quartey, the services sector will record the highest growth among the subsectors of the economy.
Certainly, services will lead because if you look at the cost of doing business, that has gone up, and that severely affects manufacturing and, of course, with industry as well, and with some of the taxes, etc. Certainly going to see industry grow, if possible, but not as much as services would grow. Given the debt exchange program and given the economic environment, you see the financial sector struggling, but other services will certainly pick up. And I expect to see some growth in agriculture, given that the rains have been fairly good, although fertilizers and other inputs have not been forthcoming like it used to do in previous years.
Now, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is calling for a lasting solution to the challenges between the independent power producers and the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG. According to the association, this is critical to ensuring the needed supply of power for industry. This report has the rest of the story. Tensions were high in the country over a looming power crisis as the Chamber of Independent Power Producers had instructed its members to cut supply to the national grid from July 1. However, this was called off following what they described as a fruitful engagement with the utility company. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, was pleased with the development.
Our prayer in AGI is that these meetings will produce the result that will witness the stabilization of our power sector. Essentially, the AGI rely very heavily on power. In fact, about at least 30% of everything we do in industry will require power. And so the supply and consistency in supply of power becomes very fundamental for a successful production. Besides, we've received several orders that we have to work on. And so consistency in power supply is really of paramount.
As of May 2021, the members of the chamber had collectively claimed an outstanding debt of approximately $1.73 billion owed them as of January 2021. The enterprises had lamented this is affecting their access to working capital, preventing them from financing crucial inputs and other supplies. Speaking to 3 Business, Greater Accra chairman of AGI, Chona Makbelu, stressed the need to bring finality to the challenge to ensure constant supply of power for local industries to thrive.
Our prayer is that this matter is resolved and resolved very quickly, but also that measures are taken to ensure that this situation do not continue to linger on. I mean, we all have been aware of this situation for several years, and the expectations are that it will be dealt with. And I mean, if the IPPs are owed, it's only proper that they are held and also measures are put in place to ensure that their monies are paid, or plans are put in place to have their money paid over time.
Now, MTN Ghana has launched its SME Month in Accra. The month-long annual program is dedicated to celebrating and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises.
For over 2 decades, MTN has strategically invested in the growth of the Ghanaian SME in diverse ways.
The program is a month-long event to show or demonstrate our partnership to SMEs. We're doing market activations where we go door to door, talk to SMEs, showcase our products to them, and let them subscribe to the service that will help them grow. Beyond that, we also make room for SMEs who also want to advertise their products, starting with MTN employees. So every day in the month, we'll give you opportunity to come to either the head office or a selected branch to showcase your products to MTN customers. And then the icing on the cake will be the SME Fair, where we'll bring SMEs together in Accra at the Rollins Park and then Kumasi Mall for them to showcase their products.
Chief Executive Officer of AFCT Company Limited is a beneficiary of the MTN SME Month.
The need for customer experience has to be deepened, and MTN gave us 3CS, which is a hosted PABS SIP connectivity that allows our clients to reach us at real time, anytime, to let us know what their needs are so we can attend to them prudently, which is way better than the old fashion of dealing with clients and all that.
The MTN SME Month is a program tailored to creating opportunities for SMEs to operate more efficiently.
Well, that will be all for business on News 360. Up next is sports. My name is Michael Obodu. As always, stay safe.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
It's the Premier League, all on DSTV. All the goals, clashes, and moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka.
Their start is getting better and better.
All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Get DSTV with an HD decoder plus 1 month compact for 299 CDs. It's the Premier League, all on DSTV.
Kill it. Mosquitoes and insects. Kill it. So they come there, yeah. Kill it. Intuntum interfere. Kill it. Mawe, yeah. Kill it. Mosquitoes and insects. Kill it. So they come there, yeah. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. A unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Gassim, with over 50 years of experience, has various grades for various jobs. The Gassim Extra 42.5N is suitable for ultra-high strength structural application like bridges, dams and high-rise buildings. The Gassim Super Strong 42.5R was made for high structural applications like precast concrete and block manufacturing. The Gassim Super Rapid 32.5R is here for normal building foundations like strip foundation and other ordinary concrete works. The Gassim Super Cool 32.5N is best for all block laying, tiling and other mortar works. Never believe that one grade of cement can be used for all jobs. Choose Gassim Cement always. Gassim, 4 cement grades, excellent customer value. Gassim, the nation builder.
Many people think I get whatever I want because I'm a popular actress. But no, that is not true. Me Ankasano, Adebia mi yebiano, me shishimpe papano. And when I find it, I stick to it. My shishimenya Bell Pack tissues. Bell Pack ewe tea roll. Bell Pack tea roll. Soft, but not weak. Strong, but not hard. It is smooth. Me yusua, me hotome. It's just perfect. Same as the kitchen towel. What about what? What me the papaye? What me soki? Echimu esa pepa. One Bell Pack kitchen towel lasts longer and saves you money. It's time you switch to Bell Pack today. Say here pocket tissue, table napkin, tea roll, and a kitchen towel. Bell Pack is simply the best. It's just perfect.
Nothing feels so good like Bell Pack.
Wait, your tomato mix. What is so one on pass? Still loud, but tomato flavor no. No color changing like traffic lights. Come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. This steak, a little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste no so dear, on point, flavor near.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations?
At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call, and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Sports segment is brought to you by
Gentleman Cosmetic Range.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for sports. Thierry Nyan is with us. Hello, Thierry.
I like the bass in the voice. Thierry Nyan is here with us.
All right, so let's know what's happening.
Yeah, by all means, it's a lot, including the Under-23 AFCON. And on Friday, Ghanaians witnessed a shock at the Under-23 AFCON. The Black Meteors were knocked out of the group stage after a 1-1 draw against Guinea. What is the way forward for the team? We explore this in our report.
Black Meteors have returned home after a disappointing showing in Morocco. Ghana have to wait 5 more years to achieve the Olympic dream. What next for the technical team and playing body?
The team stands dissolved.
Has been in the spotlight in the last few days. He managed the Meteors in 2 consecutive Under-23 AFCON tournaments without success. But is he still the man to lead the young squad?
We have a technical directorate that should be able to assess the performance of Coach Tanko and his technical assistants and be able to tell whether they deserve to be given another opportunity at what they are good at. What they have done in Morocco shouldn't be the only reason we would, throw them away. I don't think Coach Tanko himself is a bad coach. I will not accept any argument that says that he's not good. But what is it that we want to do with our football? How can Tanko help in the setup? If he cannot play any role, then you would want to find out who else can do it better than him. So these are things that the technical directorate of the FA should look at.
The next international assignment will provide answers for Ghanaians. But until then, enthusiasts will mourn the team's unexpected failure.
Now, the Ghana Premier League side, Accra Great Olympics, have announced that experienced tactician Arno Walker has returned to the club as the new head coach with immediate effect. Walker is returning to the capital-based club as a replacement for Bismarck Kobe-Mensah, whose contract with the club ran out last month. The veteran coach left the head coach role at FC Samatex last week after terminating his contract mutually despite an impressive spell in the club's maiden campaign in the Ghanaian top flight. Walker guided the Timber Boys to finish the season in 10th place in the Ghana Premier League at the end of the 2022-2023 season. Now, one player Mauricio Pochettino won't be working with at Chelsea is Baba Rahman, who is set to leave Chelsea after 8 years. To facilitate his departure, the Blues were willing to pay 80% of the left-back's one-year contract, according to UK-based sports journalist Rahman Osman.
It was quite really clear that Baba would try to move on from Chelsea. Like you rightfully said, in 2015 when he went, his first season was quite good. He had 23 games. In that very chaotic Chelsea team, it was under Jose Mourinho. But since then, he went to the AFCON, had a really bad knee injury, and it's not been the same for him. And Chelsea are changing. Chelsea is not the same club that it was under Roman. So they're trying to move on a lot of people, including loan players. A few weeks ago, we're told that Bakayoko's contract was also terminated. Baba's contract was supposed to be terminated. But it had to do with money because Baba rightfully had a year left on his deal and he was on 4 million. and you can't write off 4 million. Nobody can write off 4 million totally. So it was always going to be about discussions about how to pay maybe 80% of that. And we're told that Baba has been able to get at least 80% of his 4 million a year deal. And Park will sign him on for free. And Chelsea are only now trying to say that if eventually he plays in any form of Europe, be it in the Conference League or the Europa League or the Champions League with PAOK, then Chelsea will get a fee on it. But it's good. It's a good deal for the player. What he will lose, though, is significantly. It's a lot of money in that he was on around 4 million a year. Now he's going for around 1 million. So that's a huge loss in any department if you're going to do. But he's 29. He needs to go to a club where he'll play, a club where he belongs to, and a club that might possibly be playing in Europe.
On that note, we're bringing into the sports here on News 360. My name is Theo. We're going to bring some more sports later at 9 p.m. That's on Sports Station as we bring you all the highlights in the world of sports. With me, Theo Nyan, once again. But that'll be all. Entertainment is next.
Makes a gentleman. It's how the need to protect the things that matter pushes him to persevere. It's how he immerses himself in thoughtfulness. It's how trust is his shield. You can smell his integrity from a mile away. Introducing the Gentleman's Cosmetic Range. Be one of us. Be a gentleman. Ye are Brantier.
The sweet scent of rose in the morning brings me so much joy. Inspired by damask rose and infused with 100% natural rose oil. Introducing new Clay Soft Perfume Beads Washing Powder. It's like bringing a garden with you everywhere with this wonderful perfume. Take a garden with you everywhere you go with Clay Soft Perfume Beads Washing Powder.
Junior, let's play riddle.
Riddle.
What is milky? And yeah, even more in the pack. And they're your favorites.
Pack biscuits.
See, you gotta have a smile.
Now, more biscuits in every pack. Pack biscuits. Pack up your day more. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that is what champions do.
It feels good to football with GoTV.
Works the space well and scores a
Nobody but GoTV gives you all games of La Liga and Serie A, the Premier League and UEFA games that matter, and the world's favorite cup competitions. Get GoTV Super for only 249 cedis to enjoy the football overload. GoTV, love it.
Mon networks are use no. I'm praying and I'm recharge ya. Munyam faso everyone so. Ah, mabwa, kapre. Wait. And that's what you want. Muntian kaibo ditui. Vodafone say every Saturday koi. A brevia over recharge from 5 cedis Kobiano. Assigned with seeking up to 20% amount back cash. Our Vodafone cash so. It shock you? What did you hear say? Over recharge. Say my Vodafone app. Vodafone cash, credit transfer, short code, MOBIA, Uradia,
Top up your airtime with 5 Ghana cedi or more in Vodafone's demo promotion and receive up to 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone demo promotion. Vodafone, further together.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water and powered by 3 Entertainment.
And Pakwesi's Nira is here.
No, I didn't expect to hear Pakwesi.
I know, right? I was wondering, okay, what's happening? What do you have for us?
Okay, so over the weekend we were in the Volta region, TV33 FM, Mount Afaja.
So why didn't you go, Martin? Well, next one. You keep saying the next one. But we have all the details for you yourself, Martin, and our viewers as well. My name is Anita Ikia Ikufu, and the TV3 and 3FM Republic Day Mountain, Afaja and Woolly Falls expedition in the Volta region were definitely ones for the books. The trip, which came over the weekend, had patrons express the excitement for the adventure and urged organizers to put more of such trips in place to boost domestic tourism. If you missed it, here are some highlights. For patrons, they just couldn't wait to experience the much talked about trip to the famous Mount Afaja and Woolly Falls, having heard of how exciting the first expedition to Shire Hills and Amejope mountain was. From the forecourt of TV3 on Republic Day, patrons look all set to embark on another exciting adventure.
From gizzard on sticks with hot sauce to, I don't know,
snail.
Snail. It looks good. I don't know if it tastes good as well. Does it?
Seriously. If you eat it every day, you buy.
After making a stopover at the Adomi Bridge on the Volta Lake, destination Mount Afaja and Woolly Falls was in focus. To many who have heard about the epic stories of the highest mountain and waterfall in Ghana, getting to the peak of the mountain was not negotiable. The breathtaking views of the high and lowlands, valleys and forests surrounding the mountain was just a moment to behold, and definitely one that will last a lifetime.
You know what motivated me? What? I'm a Voltarian. I've schooled around this area, but I've never climbed this before. I've never gone to this. So I've been there, and something is telling me that, what about if you go to heaven and God asks you whether you've been here before? I don't want to bow my head in shame. That is why I'm here. This is what motivated me. Yes, next month I'll be 62 years.
But the eagerness to get to the highest mountain in Ghana pushed me to come this far. And I'm very grateful to TV3 and 3FM for organizing such an exciting trip for us. This is my second edition. I was part of the Shire Hills and Amejope experience, and I really had fun. And today too, I'm here again. And I look forward to more of such fun-filled trips as we tour Ghana.
It's not easy. I thought it was just a joke, but if you're not fit, even my waist, I've let my waist down there. It's not easy to get up here, but I've conquered it. Good old to 3FM.
We've conquered Mount Afaja, 2,900 and something feet of mount. The next stop is Woolly Waterfalls. Let's go.
Join the team on the next expedition to experience nature with family and friends. This was definitely fun. Make sure you join the next expedition. And away from that, this Saturday, all roads lead to the Pleasant Gardens in Jolu for the biggest pool party to hit the city. It's a Date Rush pool party, the biggest event this summer. Enjoy an unforgettable evening of music, food and a lot of fun. It's going to be a poolside jam with your favorite DJs and performances from various artists such as La Russo, Dope Nation, DSL, and more. Tickets are selling for a cool 50 Ghana cedis, and for offline tickets, dial *713*33*25#. And some very good news coming in. Internationally acclaimed Ghanaian multi-instrumentalist and creative industry expert Kwame Yeboah has been made a member of the Recording Academy of the Grammy Awards. And announcing the news via a Facebook post, Kwame Yeboah wrote, "I am honored to be a member of this year's Recording Academy. I'll be joining an amazing team of professional musicians, artists and creators to serve and to celebrate music in all creative forms. I thank you for your support and looking forward to contributing with this new opportunity as a member." Congratulations going out to Kwame Yeboah. We look forward to more of these achievements, and that'll be all for the entertainment news segment. My name is Anita Ikia Ekufu. Have a good evening.
A group of parents in the Gambia have begun legal action against the government, an Indian pharmaceutical company, and a medicine importer following the death of their children, which have been linked to cough syrup manufactured in India. The 19 parents are seeking about $4.7 million in damages. A team of lawyers from the Gambia Bar Association and the Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia are representing the parents. They want the Health Ministry and the Medicines Control Agency to admit they failed in their duties to regulate the importation, distribution and sale of medicines in the country. They are also asking for a declaration that their children did in fact die from the cough syrup and want the importer's license to be withdrawn.
Well, before we go, remember to brush your teeth before you go to bed this evening and tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed with either Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Herbal, or Pepsodent Triple Protection, because with Pepsodent,
every smile matters. And
exactly.
Keep smiling as we bring the bulletin to a close. Thank you very much for spending the last hour with us. I am Martin Pesiedu Date.
I am Portia Gabo. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a lovely evening.